Hello class, I am making this video so you can see what is expected of you during your presentation for your Edgar Allan Poe project. It's expected that you answer some of the questions that I mentioned to you today in the lesson, such as what inspired you to do this project? Which short story did you choose? Did you work alone or did you work in a group? How many people did you work with? Who helped you with this project? All of the steps that kind of go into creating your project. So I'm going to put this together for you so that hopefully it seems a little bit easier when you go to present. So if I were presenting something such as a board game, I would do this. Hello class, today I am going to present to you the board game that I selected to do for my Edgar Allan Poe project. The name of the board game is Free Fortunato, and the purpose of the game is to do just that. Free poor Fortunato, who is stuck in the catacombs in the deep, deep vaults of Montresor's family catacombs. So it took me a while to put together this entire project. The board game, as you can see, has a start, okay, and an end. And of course, the purpose is to free out of jail Fortunato. To make this project, it took some time. I had to plan the project. I had to think about the rules and the directions for the game. I had to make a rough copy of it and then a final copy by coloring it in. And for my directions and rules, as you can see here, it says for the directions, there are 2 to 5 players, 1 turn at a time. When put in jail, you have to skip a turn. When your turn comes again, resume where you left off. Pretty easy. First one to the end has succeeded to free Fortunato from the catacombs. If you land on pick a chance card space, you must pick the top card and do exactly what it says. If you land on a space that says something, you must do what it says as well. And then there are rules as well that I put on here so that you can follow along. The board game altogether probably took me 3 days to complete, but I was very happy with the way it turned out. If I were to do this again, I probably would have used I probably would have used the computer to print out pictures and color them in instead. Thank you so much for listening. Okay, if I was doing a video, obviously you'll be sharing that video with the class, but maybe you created a cover of some sort for your video to kind of entice your class. Before you just show the video, you need to explain who you worked with, what role, like did your mom play the old man? Did you play the narrator? You'll have to go through all of that information and explain it before just showing your video. So if you did do a video, please know you're going to have to introduce it the same way I introduced the board game, something like this. I decided to do a parody of the cask of Amontillado. I decided to make it more modern. And instead of using wine, it was a very rare new soda that was coming out. A soft drink, and many people wanted to try it. And this student who is obsessed with soda and junk food really wanted to try the soda, okay? And that's what inspired me to create this film. I worked with my family and my cousins who came over. We worked together and everyone was assigned a role. My one cousin was the videographer. Another cousin helped me edit the video, and I was Montresor. Thank you. And then you would show the video, okay? If you did a short story, okay, you have to read at least one paragraph of the short story. You, of course, can read the entire short story, but you're going to introduce it in the same fashion, answering some of the questions that we reviewed, such as which story did you choose, or which story inspired you to write your short story? And the story I have in front of me is just the cask of Amontillado. So you would go ahead and introduce all of that information first, answer some of the questions, and then you would read your short story, okay? All right, so hopefully that helps and gives you a little bit more information. I want you answering some of those questions in your presentation that are provided in today's agenda. All right, good luck, and I can't wait to see your projects tomorrow.